So, here we are for the 10th year running of the Beachcombers Crazy Golf Final here at Sandy's Cove. And we have last year's winner, Pixie, here with us today. What would you like to say to your supporters, Pixie?
I'd just like to say these are unusual circumstances, we all know that, but there will be a rematch in 2021 and I will be beating you, David. So here we are again at the 2020 Crazy Golf Championship, but unfortunately this year the course has been closed due to COVID-19. So let's have a look at the course. This is our very own Piers Morgan, who's asking all the difficult questions at the moment and seems to be the only one oozing a lot of common sense. We then move on to the windmill. This is one of our easier obstacles on the course, but Lover's Arch is particularly one of the most difficult, and this one comes in quite quickly at number 2. So as you can see, we have to get through the Lover's Arch and then we have to go into the red flagged area, which is, as I say, particularly very, very difficult. What tends to happen here is that the ball lands in the hole but then actually comes out. In fact, I think we might have one of David's shots from last year. Can we just take a look at that one? Let's have a look. And as you can see, that just goes far too wide, and we'll see that again in slow motion. And then moving on to the hurdle, this is where Sandra scored her first hole-in-one last year, and I think this one is a particularly easy shot personally, but some of them do struggle on the course. And here's David just literally missing his shot by millimetres. Moving on to the lighthouse, we do have a replay from last year, and this is where David made a catastrophic error towards the end of the match. His ball actually landed inside the hole, but unfortunately it did bounce out, and we do have a replay for you. Here goes. So as you could see, that was a very unfortunate shot. But just moving on around the Crazy Golf Course, we do have some beautiful foliage here. It is spring, so everything's now in bloom, which is quite beautiful. Moving on, we have the rock, and I do believe that actually this was the winning shot for Pixie during the golf final last year. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case for David. I think we have a replay here, and things didn't work out too well for him on this hole. And some of you may recall that we did have a cockapoo that kept running onto the course, and so we did have to keep stopping play. And moving on to Salt Mill, this was another shot where Pixie actually got a hole-in-one. We also, it looks like we do have some ducks that are going across the course, and they may have laid some eggs, so we do need to be careful as we move over to Beach's Arch. As you can see, it is a little bit tricky down there at the beach. Moving indoors now, we do have the platform 9 3/4, so we do have another replica, but this is the indoor shot. Bit more difficult. The ball does slide pretty fast on that wooden floor there. And then moving on to our final hole on this golf course, and this is the family shot. Now David got his actually into his named hole, and unfortunately Pixie did not. But you might recognise some of the characters there. I do believe that they are from a very famous series some time ago, and I think you might know this as Breaking Bad.